Good morning, happy Tuesday. I hope your day is going well. Have a day of work today, and then I will be off till next Tuesday. Like I said yesterday, they jumbled up our holidays with the weather and so forth, so I'll get my 8 hours in today that I would have had on a Friday, but nonetheless, it all pays the same at the end. We are going to rip a 2022 Donruss Fat Pack here in just one moment. I follow on Twitter, I believe the handle is @Atlanta Racing. It's not affiliated with Atlanta International Raceway, but they had an offer here recently for free stickers, so I reached out and got a cool Atlanta Racing, just a decal there, pretty cool. And I like the fact that it's not, affiliated with Atlanta Motor Speedway or any of the tracks. It's just Atlanta Racing, very cool. And the town that I grew up in here in Indiana was also called Atlanta, so kind of a little bit of ties there, so Atlanta Racing. And do have a couple retail Meijer pickups I wanted to share with you. Got 2 boxes of AEW at Meijer. They actually had them out. Now, this is really odd, and I wanted to share this with everybody. On my receipt, and I noticed this when they rang it up yesterday, because I was getting my normal groceries, and I'll get the receipt folded up here to where they actually had it, and they were $30 per blaster. Not the issue, wasn't too worried about that. But we know AEW is on a Turner network, owned by the Khan family, and the cards are manufactured by Upper Deck. With that being said, my Meijer receipt says WWE cards. WWE cards are produced by Panini. And I'll even show you here, look at the UPC number there on the bottom, and the UPC there, 53339, etc., etc. So somebody in Meijer is not doing their job correctly. And I find that funny because obviously the cards are coming from 2 different producers, coming from 2 different manufacturers, going through 2 different suppliers. Now, yes, they're stocked by the same vendor, but ultimately they have different routes to get to where they're going, and they're 2 products that never cross paths till they hit the shelf, and somebody, just kind of one of those weird things that I noticed. So I don't know if it was supposed to be that way, if they just said, oh, all wrestling cards are WWE. Well, then I don't see that when they ring up college football cards. It doesn't say NFL cards. So nonetheless, they could have put Upper Deck cards or did something else. But, enough with my mini rant here. Not really a rant, but just I think it was kind of funny. So anyway, we're going to go to 2022 Panini Donruss Fat Pack. 1 Carolina Blue Optic Parallel inside. Let's do our zoom and scroll here. We'll get our tab folded down. Since we don't have a box to show you, we'll show you the wrapper and show you the print runs. So we're going to scroll across there, show you the print runs. Looking forward to doing those AEW boxes. I think that'll be fun. And I think these are the newer boxes. So let's see, we don't have a code card. We don't have a fat card, but it'd be nice to get an autograph or something. I'm going to start off with Derek Kraus. Of course, he drives for, is it Bill McAnally in the Truck Series? I can't remember who he drives for. I think it's Bill McAnally. Carson Hocevar, rated rookie. Tommy Joe Martins, team owner. Vinnie Miller. Haven't heard much about Vinnie the last couple years. There's that pink border, Kevin Harvick, or pink background, Kevin Harvick, with a Chase Elliott. Brandon Brown, Michael McDowell. I don't like the cards of the drivers when their heads are 90 degrees from the camera. If they're tilted a little bit like that, and you don't, it's not a full dead-on shot, but I just don't like them when they're totally not facing the camera. Just my personal preference. Eric Jones, I think he'll have a good season next year. I think this guy will have a much better season than he had in 2022. Brad K. Denny Hamlin, can he win his 4th Daytona 500 next year? We'll have to find out here in a couple months. Thad Moffitt, I just recently read where he's going to be in some road racing series next year, so might not have a lot of NASCAR starts, but he will be making laps. There is our obligatory Dillon appearance, Austin Dillon. Happy about something there. Maybe he's happy because that 3's on this side, not over here, where he can see it better. DW from the late 70s, Race Kings. Matt DiBenedetto will be back in the trucks next year for WAR Rackley Racing. Michael McDowell, he will be back in the 34. I think that's been a really good pairing, Michael McDowell and that 34 team. They seem to complement each other really well. Bobby Labonte, see if we can figure out the year on this. It's a Chevy logo there under the MBNA, so MBNA is going to be after 1998. And I'm not seeing a series sticker. So I'm wondering if the Winston Cup... No, there it is right there. Winston Cup Series. So it's 2000 champion. So this is either going to be 2001 or 2002 or 2003 based on that. So really can't discern anything. A William Byron gray border parallel. Now we're getting into our Carolina Blues. Of course, we would get an Austin Dillon. Not going to complain. Nice looking card. Zane Smith, Truck Series champion. Alex Bowman had a win early this past year. I believe it was Phoenix. And Bubba Wallace, winner at Kansas. Then we have an Optic, Kevin Harvick. Who's our Optic Carolina Blue Wave going to be? Jimmy Johnson, 07 time, shows up. Not a bad looking card. You got Target in the background, so it's either Larson or somebody. Speaking of Larson, action-packed bronze / copper retail. We have Tony Stewart, Elite. Nice looking MTJ. Championship Drive. Looks like it's probably at Darlington, would be my guess. Then we have a round of 16, Martin Truex Jr. And our final card, which is one of the checkerboards, Victory Laps, Ryan Blaney. Victory Laps, Ryan Blaney, with the huge inflatable Coca-Cola bottle there. Or maybe it's a solid Coca-Cola bottle. So quite a nice run of inserts. Probably, if I'm going to, kind of a new unofficial segment we have here, Card of the Day. Probably going with the Jimmy Johnson, even though it's a skosh off-center. That's a good-looking card. None of those really did it for me. As far as the inserts, maybe the Larson, maybe the Blaney. I think Jimmy Johnson takes Card of the Day in this round. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be opening these. We got so much to open here, and I keep buying stuff, so... You know, just having fun ripping, having fun opening. Looking forward to racing season to get underway again, so we'll have a little bit more to talk about. But other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be here with you all week with a new video every day. Oh, excuse me, thought I was going to cough there. But thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. We will see you tomorrow.